Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Kristeen and I'm a part-time reseller. And in today's video, this is our weekly check-in for our eBay listing challenge. So we're going to go over some items that we are going to list this week and how we're doing, how we did this past week. And then we're going to discuss what it was like reselling in the 1970s. So stay tuned and let's get cracking. All right, guys, so I am being joined by my mother, Nancy from Yesteryear Lane. So, Mom, we were, Paul and I reviewed our video last week, and we did not discuss how often we were going to list. We discussed how many we were going to list, but we didn't discuss how often. Now, for me, thankfully being self-employed as a part-time reseller, I only list about 4 times a week because I like a 3-day weekend. That's just how I am. I keep banker's hours. So I only list about 4 times a week, and my goal last week was 15. I did really well. I did an average, I think 18 actually. I did really good. So how did you do?
I did 18 also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For 3 to 4 days a week is what I will usually do. Of course, today I didn't get to do anything because we're doing the podcast and I had to set that up. But I averaged about 6 per day.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Oh, well, you did 18 together though.
Well, I've gotten all the drafts done. I've gotten all the research done. I just need to photograph them and then they'll go up by tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I did an average of about 18 a day for 4 days. I did pretty well.
Life happens. I mean, you're old, you do slower things.
Oh, I know. So yeah, that was my first week in November. And then this next week though, I'm going to have to pull back a little bit because it's the week of my anniversary and, it's Veterans Day. So it's going to be kind of hectic. And then with my little 3-day weekend, I think I'm just going to take a 4-day weekend. And so we'll see how I do. So I'm probably not going to get very much listing done. What are you going to list this week?
Well, I'm going to list a lot of things. Let me start with the big item first.
Okay. Oh, okay.
This is from Canada. This is hand-built felt.
Oh, nice.
This is called Smith Built, Smith Built, B-I-L-T is the name of the company. And this one is not only handmade, this one is signed on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see, it'd be this way. It's signed inside.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. It's on the red right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Walter West. And this is number 6 out of 54 that he made and signed. And they usually don't sign cowboy hats, the makers.
Nice.
So, and it's got the nice cowboy on the bucking bronco in there. So this is probably one of the Calgary Stampede hats.
Okay.
And it's a 7 1/8 size.
Okay. Well, if anybody's interested, we'll put the link down below and they can check out all of your description and everything, your measurements and stuff.
Okay.
That's great. Nice. Did you want me to go over mine or did you want to go over yours first?
Go ahead and do one. Let's go back and forth. And I'll get bored with just one of us.
Okay. So I did some auctions. Well, one auction in particular I did a few weeks ago. And it was ready to paint Christmas village houses from the early 1980s, I believe. And I bought them. I think I paid $10 to $15 for a bin. It was 17 of them. And most of them came in the original boxes. And I put them up online and the first one sold for like $100. I mean, literally it sold for $100. I was so surprised. And they've been selling great. I think I've got 6 left. That's it. So, a couple weeks later, they went ahead and they did another auction and they had more of them. But this time, I think the auction house caught on about it. So they broke them all up into lots and I still won them. I won them for like $10 per lot. I had 4 lots that I did, and I have one right here. There we
There you
go.
go.
So it's these houses. They're ready to paint houses, and the paint is old though, so I threw the paint away, and I made sure to list that in the description that it does not come with paint or paintbrush. It is just the house with the original box. That's it. And they've been selling really well, so I'm going to get these ones listed this week, and hopefully they'll sell pretty quickly, because the other one sold rather quickly. I actually have one. It's from, I think it's from 1990 something, and it says Michael's Hobby and Craft Store. So it was actually sold at Michael's. It was the little, you know how there's the Walmart one, the miniatures. Well, this is the Michael's one, and I could not find another one like it. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, and I forgot to mention how much I'm selling the cowboy hat for. That's for $29.99.
Oh, okay.
I also have a little Christmas item. It's been hanging around in my desk pile for quite a while. I just haven't put it up, but now it's going up this week. Let's see if you can see that. This is called a cabinet clip. You put the little ring on the cabinet in your kitchen, and your recipe is held by the little clip on the bottom.
Oh, that's cute.
So it's a holiday one with cardinals and little bells and some holly.
Okay.
So
I see people decorate their cabinet doors with those ribbons and stuff, and that just, I'm assuming that just hangs on there.
yeah, you just hang it on whatever, cabinet you've got. It hooks on.
Okay. Oh, so it can do it on the knobs and stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's cute.
And, yeah,
Are those cardinals you said? Are they cardinals? Okay, yeah.
Cardinals.
I thought they were little red hot chili peppers.
Oh no, those are cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Oh, see, and the other little red thing is hooked to the bell. It's just like a little feather or something.
Okay. Okay. Berries. It looks like berries from here.
Yeah. Well.
Nice.
Maybe.
Nice. All right.
But $9.99.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to list these houses up for, because each one is priced differently. It just depends on the demand and how rare it is. But the one that went for $100 was pretty rare. So for me though, I've got a lot of Christmas stuff, but I'm not going to show everything. I'm just going to go over a couple items so we can move on to our conversation piece.
Right.
So this one, okay, so this is, let me pull back a little bit so you guys can see him. All right, so he is a ceramic Santa Claus. He is by Atlantic Mold, and he is from 78, 79. Anyway, the previous person who painted him, they didn't paint it correctly. I guess you can paint it however you want if it's a ready to paint, but he's actually a winking Santa, and he's supposed to be winking. So one of his eyes is supposed to be closed. But I think I'm going to repaint it because I don't like the paint job. I don't like the paint job. And you know me, I like painting little ceramic stuff. That's something you've been having me do since I was a kid. So I'm probably going to repaint him. And he came with Mrs. Claus and Frosty the Snowman too. So it's a set of 3, and they were in one of those mystery Christmas bins from the auction house. I got it for $10. But I was thinking maybe doing a video of myself repainting him. I don't know. What do you think? So resellers,
little cuts of that, little cuts.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe creating a video. A lot of resellers, they'll pass stuff up if it's chipped, if the paint is chipped, or if they don't like the paint job, even though it's like 99 cents or $1.99, you can repaint it and touch it up. That's why it's called ready to paint. The painting, the better the paint job, the more money it'll sell for. So I think I might create a video of myself repainting him and the Mrs. Claus.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead, since you're talking about things that come in 3s. I have and I'm selling them separately, but they're 3 very similar. This one is a Harry Potter.
Ooh,
Express.
You had me at Harry Potter. Hello.
Yeah, this is a coin purse. It has
Okay.
a nice gold zipper. It's like new. I don't think they even used it. Yeah, you can get it up there where you can see it. And it's black on the back. You can see the gold zipper. It's clean. And it's going to go for, let's see, this one is going to go for $12.99.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
it's made out of pleather. It's not leather. It's printed pleather, and the numbers are embroidered, and so are the words Hogwarts Express. They're embroidered. The rest of it
Nice.
is printed.
Nice. And you'll put all the measurements in the description and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Okay.
already got those in my drafts.
Okay.
And this one is a clutch purse, and so it's a little different. Also Hogwarts Express with a. There's no embroidery on this one. This one's all printed. This one also, I don't think was used. It's, as a matter of fact, see, nice, clean.
Oh, I can't see that, Mom. It's a black.
That's what it is inside. It's black.
I know, but if it was dirty, I wouldn't be able to see that. But no, yeah.
Yeah. And
So what's your third piece?
my third piece. Now this one has been used, whereas the other two, I don't think they used them. This one is a shoulder bag. It has the shoulder strap and it has a hand strap, whichever way you want to go with it. And this is embroidered down here. Let me find the camera. Hogwarts, right here, right there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and this is
that
pleather.
Is nice.
Yeah, and then on the sides, it has the plaid, like they will wear skirts.
Yeah.
And inside, of course, is black, and it's pretty clean. Not as clean as the other two. This one does. It has a little shelfware, and it does have a little shelfware in a couple of places. If you can see this up close, like right along the edge. So this one will also go for $15.99, and the clutch is $15.99 as well.
Okay, nice. Those are nice. You don't think you'd sell them all together?
No.
Okay.
No.
Profit?
I paid. This was a yard sale. $1.
Oh wow.
$3.
Okay, gotcha. Nice.
Don't go to yard sales too often, but when I do, I find something really nice.
Okay. I went to the auction. I think this was before you went with me when we saw the Transformers.
Right.
So I went to the auction to EJ's because I won a lot of Joan Rivers jewelry. Oh my gosh. They had tons of Joan Rivers jewelry lots. They had Suzanne Summers. They had a couple other ones. And I actually won one, but the other lots, man, they just went so overpriced. I couldn't believe it. But I did win one lot. It's right here. It doesn't look like much, but it's actually quite a bit of pieces. There's several necklaces in there and a bunch of her earrings. Hang on. Gosh, I'm trying to get used to this. So there we go. So you can see all the earrings. They are, unfortunately, they are clip-on earrings. That's the only bad part, because clip-on earrings do take a while to sell. But I think I'm hoping because it's Joan Rivers, I'm hoping that it'll sell quickly. But did you know she did 24 karat gold plated on all of her jewelry? I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. I
didn't know that.
I know she had jewelry, but I didn't know that she did it plated.
Yeah. I had to dig my book out. I have a Joan Rivers jewelry book, but it's like I don't get it that much, that jewelry. But when I got this lot, I was like, I pulled my book out and I was reading it because I have some of the pieces that are in her book. And I didn't realize that she used 24 karat gold plating on it. So that's nice. I don't know if anybody else knows that. But yeah. So what you got, Mom?
What do I got? Are we going to stick with Christmas? Because I can do Christmas.
You can do whatever you want. Anything that you're getting ready to list.
Well, the Harry Potter stuff was in nice Christmassy red. So I got this one. This is called Quack Quack.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a vintage tapestry stocking.
Okay.
Rather large.
That's cute. That looks like 80s because that's when those the goose was really popular.
It's either 80s or 90s.
Mhm.
And then I got 2 of these,
Oh, those are pretty.
still with the tags. These
Yeah,
are
nice.
wine bottle holders.
Oh, okay. I thought they were stockings. Okay, now that you
They're
lifted them
straight
up. Yeah.
wine bottle holders. And I think I'm selling the pair, for $10.99 for the pair. And
Oh,
these
nice.
also tapestry.
All right, nice.
So, and then we got the homemade stockings. These are a little smaller.
Okay, those are cute.
Yeah. So, and
Those are
just
cute.
white on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, those are cute. God, that reminds me of some of the ones that I had as a kid that grandma gave me.
Yeah, and these are going as a set also.
Okay.
So these are going for, let's see, did I even put that on there? No, I did not. Oh, handcrafted. Yes, $9.99 for the 2.
Okay. Nice.
So,
Oh, well, so I have one other item, and it's funny. Well, it's funny to me. So I picked this up. It says $1.49. I didn't pay that much for it. I probably paid, I think, $1.19 after 20% off coupon.
mhm.
And it's a bank. And it you know what is so funny about it, because
Those
it's
mice.
they're mice, but the person who this is a ready to paint, right? The person painted them to look like pigs.
Well, I had to take a good look there.
Look at the
Yeah.
nose. The noses. They don't look like pigs. Anyway, so I'm gonna repaint it. Yeah, you can see the tails in the back. And so, he's still got the little stopper on there. So I'm gonna repaint it. I only saw one other one on there, and it was a pretty good paint job. They were brown little ones, but I'm gonna repaint this one. I'm gonna have to primer it. So, but I was like, okay, $1, it's like, okay, I'll take it and repaint it and see. We'll see how it looks. But yeah. And I don't think I have anything else. Do you, Mom?
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
came
okay.
across something I've never seen before.
Okay.
And this is let's get it up there.
What is that?
They are pastry cutters.
Oh, I have a bunch of those.
When they do the pies and then they make
Mhm.
decorations on top.
Yeah.
There are 6 in here of various types, and they're for different holidays. They aren't just for one holiday.
Mhm.
And they range between 1 inch to 1.5 inches big. So they're not that big. They're really tiny, actually, compared to a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little set. It comes in it's vintage, definitely, and the tin is definitely showed the age, but the stainless steel cutters are perfect. So there's nothing wrong with them at all. And they are going for stainless steel.
What, $10?
$9.99.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yep, $9.99.
I have a bunch of those because me and cookies.
Yep.
So. All right, cool, Mom. Did you have anything else?
Yeah. It's not Christmassy, but I'm selling 2 of them. These are SCSI hard drives. They're orbs.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that word in a long time.
A long time, and people are still buying these things. It doesn't have a
Really?
power cord. Yeah, they're still buying these things. It doesn't come with a power cord. I have 2 of them. And yeah, I used to use SCSI. I mean, that used to be
Paul used to use SCSI too. Yeah.
Used to be
They were
very
expensive too.
Yeah, they were. And I believe I'm selling them for about $30 a piece.
Oh my God, $30.
That's cheap because
I know, because like I remember they were really expensive.
Yeah, some of these go up to on eBay for about $79, but it has the power cords with them.
Wow.
Mine don't, so they still are worth about $30.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. I can't believe that. I haven't heard that name in forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You have any auctions you're hitting up this week?
Oh, I don't know. I have my emails that I haven't gone through today because I've been busy with other things. And I usually will go through them. I don't know if I'm going to hit any up this week though. It just because yeah, we have things we're doing as a family this week. So
we are. I'm checking my auctions right now.
oh, you're cheating.
No,
I don't have
I
friends.
have to keep an eye on it. I don't want to lose it. So this is that time of year. I'm getting ready to do a video showing my stockpile, and to me, it's getting low. I need to replenish. So because I only buy jewelry like twice a year. That's it. And it's getting low, so I have to stock up for the entire year. So I have enough jewelry mystery boxes to do for the year. But this is the only time I do it during this time of year. And I've got bids on 12 lots
Wow.
right now. That's just for that one. But yeah, this is that time of year. I'm stocking up because it gets so hot during the summer and stuff. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it just gets too hot in Arizona because
Yeah.
you know everybody else in the US is doing their yard sales and stuff, and ours is during, you know, October through, what is it, February. So
Yeah.
that's
Pretty
just,
much.
yeah, I mean, there are people who do yard sales during the summertime, but I think they end at like 10 o'clock in the morning and they start
Oh
at 6.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
they open at 5 or 6 in the morning,
yeah,
and
because it's already over 100 degrees by
yeah, and the
then.
sun's up at between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So they're out there
Yeah,
getting their stuff out. Hopefully they get finished before noon, you know,
yeah,
by hauling it in at 10. It
yeah,
takes time to haul it out and time to haul it back in.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm just stocking up. It's this time of year. I decided not to hit up the clearance for the costumes this year. I just haven't done it the last couple of years. We did really well, but it's like it takes up a lot of space, all those costumes. The last time we did it, I think we bought, what was it, almost 100 costumes, and they sold the following, because you got to keep it till the following season.
Yeah.
And they start selling again around the end of August. And so it's like, ugh, we had bins and bins, and I'm just glad they're gone. I think I've got like 4 or 5 of them left. That was one thing we just did not stock up on this year.
Yeah.
More
I
movie
know,
jewelry.
I've got more Christmas stuff out there somewhere. I'm gonna have to dig out in my death pile. I know there's more stockings. There's got to be at least 6 more.
Mom, you're not wearing any jewelry. You look great, but you're not wearing any jewelry.
Who needs jewelry if you got tattoos?
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos. Everybody in the family has tattoos. I do not have tattoos. I was just the oddball out. But you know, I like jewelry, so I'm wearing all my little jewelry today. Oh, I got this one from Kristen D. This is cute. It's got little faces on it. I love it. I think she sold it to me a few months back, but man, I actually had to shorten it because it was way too long. When it was longer, it was hanging off the cliff there.
Yeah.
So I had to shorten it. But yeah, I love this one. But anyway, getting back to this. So Mom, what was it like reselling in the 70s? Because I mean, a lot of people want to know that. This is before internet, you know. I mean, how did you make a living on reselling in the 1970s? I mean, how did that work?
Well, actually started earlier than the 70s because I got my training from my grandmother who went through the Depression. So everything is precious, everything can be reused. And she even had me dumpster diving when I was about
Oh my gosh.
7 years old because she was 5 foot tall and she'd lift me over into the dumpster and I'd pull out whatever, you know, dishes, pots and pans, and people, they didn't have any place to sell this stuff. So they just threw it away. It's sort of like one of the universities now.
So you were doing dumpster diving before it was fashionable.
Yeah, before it was fashionable.
Oh my gosh.
And nowadays at the universities, when the students go back home and they leave their apartments on campus, they just throw everything out. And the big dumpster divers who are resellers also go out and they get this stuff and they're like new and they just can't transport them back to whatever state they're living in. And they throw them out and the resellers hit them up. So yeah,
So you've been doing this,
old
you've
school.
been doing this since you were a kid.
Oh yeah.
And I can see that because, you know, during the depression and everything, it was hard to get stuff. So yeah, you had to, you know, dumpster dive.
Yeah.
So basically she's just passing on all
She
that
passed it
stuff
on.
from
Yeah.
you or
We
to you.
did a lot of that in the early 60s. Yeah. And in the late 60s, we started with the swap meets. And when you did a swap meet, they used to be at the drive-ins. Remember
Yeah,
that?
they still have them at the drive-ins.
Yeah. Here in Arizona, we've got maybe 2 drive-ins, and then we have Greyhound Park, which is no longer dog racing. So it's turned into a huge weekend swap mart. And some people have permanent booths there. So yeah, but the thing is with the old swap marts, you go in late at night when they're doing the last movie showing of the night. You say, hey, I'm going to be setting up for the swap mart tomorrow, swap meet, and they'd let us in free, so we'd see the last movie, whatever it was, for free, and then we spread out our blankets and lay out all our stuff, and then you sleep with your stuff.
Oh, I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that. You would have me sleeping, you know, on the back of the car.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
it was the back windshield with
yeah.
on a blanket. I remember that.
That's late
In
70s,
your
early 80s.
Pontiac. I think
Yeah,
it was in your Pontiac. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was late 70s, early 80s, and we were doing that in the 60s. And I was a kid in the 60s, and it'd be we'd be going out there with my mom and her latest husband. She had several, and tried doing that in a Volkswagen. I mean, the trunk is in the front.
Yeah.
So you stuff that full, and then the kids get in the back, and you throw everything on top of the kids. And the Volkswagen, this was in California along the Pacific Coast Highway, and salt air, horrible for cars. We could see the road. I mean, there was part of the bottom of the
God.
back.
Wow.
You could see the road as we're driving. Yeah, but yeah.
So how early were you guys heading out to a swap mart to set up your stuff?
You head out about midnight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was the same then as it was when I was a kid. You mean you were going to the drive-in and watching the last movie? I mean that's how far back that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where did you guys store that stuff? Because great grandpa, he didn't keep anything. He didn't like clutter. I remember.
Yeah,
He would throw stuff out.
Our family was one of those ones, you move, you throw everything out.
Yeah.
Because we moved from back east to California. So we came over in a car, and whatever we can put in the car, that's all that came. And my grandmother and my sister, they came on a train because they had both just gotten out of the hospital. So they went on the train, they met us there.
But actually, I mean, for reselling, where did you store it?
Well, we didn't get into the reselling till my mom got married, which means we moved out of my grandparents' place.
Which marriage?
That would be, let me count, hold on.
Oh.
That'd be, let's see, the one before her last husband, that would be her third husband. Yeah, let's stop and figure out which one. Yeah, that would be the third husband.
Okay, but that was what, 1960s?
Yeah, late 60s.
Okay.
Late 60s, early 70s.
But where did you store it at, Mom?
In the apartment.
Just in the apartment?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he had his own barber shop, so he had stuff in a back room there too.
Oh God, how did you guys organize? Because you know how everybody makes all these videos. Oh, I organize it by alphabetical order, have a bin for every single one.
You didn't organize, so you just tossed it in a box and threw it in the car, and you worried about spreading it out later. I mean, like things together. You didn't worry about that because you were taking your stuff and you just getting rid of it.
You had like banker boxes, or were they the liquor boxes from the?
Oh, most likely liquor boxes.
Yeah, I remember because great grandpa had a bar. So, yeah. Okay. Wow. Just anything and everything, because you were saying that you were dumpster diving. Did you still do that when you were with grandma?
Um, with her, no.
So,
No, not with her. We usually got things from relatives or we buy off of other people, but not dumpster diving. We
yeah.
didn't live in the areas for dumpster diving. We lived in
In
usually
California?
in California. Yeah, we usually lived in houses except when we were with my grandparents, and then we were in apartments half the time with them because my grandfather, he had his own way of making a living. He was supporting a daughter and two grandkids along with his wife. So they become managers of an apartment. He'd go off and work the day job. She'd take care of the apartments.
Mhm.
And when people moved out, they just left everything in the apartments. I mean, we went through everything.
So you
And
sold it.
sold it. Yeah. Sold it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Sold it or gave it to relatives, you know.
so how about in the 70s? So we went through the 60s, but what about the 70s? I mean, how was that?
Ooh,
Did you
70s.
see people more resellers in the 70s?
You started seeing yard sales.
Really?
Yard sales, and also selling in the newspapers. Remember the newspapers? You had to pay to put an ad in the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
This
remember that.
we do the here in Arizona, we did the Arizona Republic, the Gazette, which no longer exists, and we did the New Times. New Times still exists, but you still had to pay for your ads. And then when computers started coming into play later on, we moved up to Craigslist, and there were other types of places that
Well, hang on, Mom. Hang on. You're going too fast. You're doing too fast forward. We're talking in the 70s here because a lot of people are interested
okay,
in.
well, I've lived here since the 70s.
Yeah,
So
but you were saying yard sales were happening. I
yes,
mean,
they were.
how did you know yard sales were happening? Were people putting signs out?
People started putting signs out and they advertised in the papers.
Okay. What do you think about that? What they put on the signs, does it say yard sale or do
Yeah,
they say garage
yes,
sale?
both. Depends if you got a garage or not, or if you're just going to lay it out on the lawn. I mean, there were some yard sales, especially back in the old neighborhood when we lived in Maryville. They'd lay it out. I mean, the entire lawn, and there were a few people, and they didn't get fined because nobody complained about it. But there were
Oh, really? You could get
that laid
fined
out
for
the
that?
entire front yard, the entire side yard. You could go into their backyard, and they were doing it every weekend.
Oh, you can't do that every weekend
Not
now.
anymore. You can't.
No, you can't.
But they were doing it, and then you know, it's they had a lot of stuff, and they went to auction houses, and I went to auction houses during that time period too.
Yeah.
I used to like to go to the old wares auctions,
Oh,
and
I remember that.
yeah, and
That was over near Grand.
Indian School Grand 35th
Yeah, Indian
Avenue,
School and Grand.
and I would take. You had to have $50 because you had to put your money down before you bid to get your card. And so I got a permanent card because I was there so often, and I was there like weekly. And so I had my permanent card, and I'd put my $50 down. Whether I bought anything or not, I had extra money if I needed to get something else. And I got some nice, strange furniture back in the 70s. You remember the glass table with the tree
The
trunk?
tree trunk that Jessica did a cartwheel in and shattered it.
That thing lasted for years, and yeah, she did a cartwheel. She's lucky she didn't cut herself.
Yeah,
But yeah, we had strange furniture,
we
and
did.
you remember that. I still have some of it.
I remember when growing up, I remember the Swap Mart at the drive-in, the Glendale, was it Glendale 9 drive-in?
Glendale, yeah, that was.
I remember that. That was before they put down the asphalt. It was
Oh,
just
it was
dirt.
dirt.
It
Yes.
was dirt, and it was
Couldn't
so
bring the cart.
dusty. And every time somebody would drive through to find their spot, just the dust was everywhere. I remember that, and it would get all over everything, and you had to have blankets covering all your stuff.
Right.
And
I was
but
sitting on in blankets to cover.
But I remember walking around. You used to let me just go walking around. I mean, this is before we knew anything about stranger danger and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I
Everybody
mean,
watched out for everybody there, though.
yeah, but I remember walking around. Well, because there were a lot of people that were regulars there too. Because I remember that I'd see the same people every single time at the same spot. But I remember walking around and I'd see Star Wars toys everywhere. Just everybody was selling Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
I remember that. And it was just cheap. I remember they'd be like 10 cents a figure, you know, and nowadays it's like ridiculous. So,
Yeah, those same toys that went for pretty cheap at the swap market
yeah,
are now going for
I try to source them at the auctions, but they go for several $100s, and it's like I remember just like, oh my gosh. I remember the Garfield glass cup mugs. I remember the Smurf mug or cups. And I just remember there was an abundance of that stuff. And it's, you know, you can't even find it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. I do remember a lot of yard sales. I do remember the auction houses, always at an auction house.
Yep. I took the kids with me. Hey, if I'm out bidding on boxes outside and then there's something inside that I want, you sit with the boxes.
Yeah, I remember.
Watch the stuff.
It was Ware's auction house.
Yep.
And then Brunk's auction house, which is still around today.
Yes.
I mean, they're like down the road from my house. God, I remember it. It's weird seeing the main people are older now, and they're, you know, he's a grandfather now, I think. Yeah. So, and I just remember he was young, a kid, or, you know, but it's kind of strange, you know, that whole community, you know, you grow up in, and they're still there. So,
yeah, and they run the auctions the same way as they did.
Yeah, it's like exactly the same way.
Except for how they advertise online.
Yeah, it's nice when you walk in, and because I only go like once or twice a year to the auction house, mostly because they're not online yet. They haven't moved forward like a lot of the other auction houses have. So they are in person only. That's the only bad part. And I can't drag my kids, you know, there because you know it's too much for them. But if they did online, I'd bid all the time. Yeah, but it's, you know, I only go a couple times a year, and I come in, they're like, "Hey, Kristeen." And I'm like, okay. They're like, how are you? You haven't been here in a while. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. No pressure.
Yeah.
So, but it's cool. You know, you see them, the new generation running around when you get there. Mm-hmm. It's really neat. And then Grandma Dolores, they had auction house too. Didn't they? They owned the auction house.
Her husband became an auctioneer, and I picked up quite a few things that way.
Yeah. Man, they always had. That's why I have this like Hollywood Regency stuff here behind me, because of that. I got that influence growing up. I love it with the brass gilded stuff, you know, the cupids and everything. I love those little cherubs. I got all that stuff. I love collecting it. But,
so we're going to move into the 80s and 90s.
Okay. Maybe we should save that for the next episode. I think 60s and 70s is good enough for this one. Yeah. Don't be disappointed. We could do it next time.
Yeah, there's other things you got into before online ever happened. So
yeah. But yeah, I think I have good memories of reselling, and I learned a lot, not just from you, but like the other resellers, because I used to hang out with them all the time, and they'd say, come here. Look what I got. Look what I found today, you know, and I'm like, ooh, what you got?
Buried at the bottom of a box.
Yeah, you know, they just got tons of stuff. But yeah, compared to nowadays, it's kind of the same, but it's still different. Mm-hmm. It's different. You still got the haggling, and you still got the little boxes of stuff where I remember you could purchase for a couple bucks. I think nowadays, they do $10 to $20 for a bunch of stuff in a box.
Depends on the auction. I mean, it's like, oh, bid, half bid. Yeah. It's like, I only want half of what you're calling over there.
Yeah.
Don't want to go up the $50 or whatever. Let's go 25.
Yeah.
Or if you're going, oh, we're going from $10 to $10.50 because we're
Yeah.
going to 11, and then somebody else will, come in and outbid you, or they'll stop.
I think I get most of my stuff from auction houses. I love sourcing at auction houses. The only reason I have stuff from Goodwill is because it's right near the pizza place every Friday. I have to wait 20-30 minutes for my pizza. That's the only reason I go in there, but everything else is auctions. I love auctions. I seriously think people need to look into their local auctions. They would find so much stuff cheap, and I mean, because they're just trying to get rid of it. There's so much of it, they lot it all up in a giant bin. I mean, it's like I said, those ceramic houses. I got 17 of them. I think it was for $10 to $15. And it's, when I see people pay for stuff, I'm like, oh, I cringe. I can't help it.
You get an amateur in there, and they don't know what the stuff is actually worth if they're going to resell it. If they're buying it for themselves, it doesn't matter. But
yeah,
if you're going to resell it, you better know what it's worth.
And you can tell who's new too, because because the auctioneer starts at like the highest bid, and then he'll start coming down. But man, you can tell the new people, because as soon as they say they start $100, they're all, hey, I'll do $100. And everybody looks at him like, you idiot.
Start what
you're like, where's the duct tape?
Just
I want to
silent and let it come down. Okay, $5. I mean, everybody's not, we're not bidding.
I know.
$5, everybody goes.
I'm like, oh, you're new.
Amateur.
Yeah, probies. So yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap it up, Mom. I got kids who are getting upset here, but oh, my alarm is going off. My Christmas clock. It's at the top of the hour. So all right, so thank you everybody for watching us, just having a casual chat, talking about how it was reselling back in the day in the 60s and 70s. And thank you, Mom, for joining me.
Okay.
If there's anybody else who has a YouTube channel, they want to discuss some stuff, let me know and we'll bring you on the channel with us. All right. Thank you, guys. Until next week. Bye now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on the like button for us. If you would like to receive notifications every time we upload a new video, then click on the subscribe and notification bell on your way out. Thanks for watching.